From the guys who brought you The 40-Year-Old Virgin and Knocked Up comes Superbad. That's the blurb on the back of the DVD for Superbad from writers Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, who dazzle audiences with their third installment of Alcohol and Sex. This movie depicts three high school boys in search of booze and sex during their last few days of high school of their senior year, with a lot of blunders and supposedly a lot of funny scenes. One of the first things we wanted to talk about was agenda setting, and at the forefront of this movie is a desperate search by these high school boys for, as I said, alcohol and sex of any kind. Throughout the series of these same movies from these writers, in an effort to score with the ladies, Seth, Evan, and Fogel, the three main characters, promise to buy the alcohol for a party at the house of a girl Seth wants to have sex with. This begins with a series of events including buying a fake ID, illegally purchasing alcohol, and running from the police. All of this while swearing at teachers and referring to women by their genitalia, not by their names. The high school girls in this movie desperately want the boys to bring the alcohol to make the party happen. There is no fun at the party without the alcohol. When the boys finally arrive with the booze, they are hailed as heroes. In addition to binge drinking being glorified, sex among high schoolers is portrayed as okay as long as both the male and female are drunk. The search for the alcohol is ultimately so they can get the girls drunk and have sex of any kind. In this instance, agenda setting is used to define what the public, or in this case high school students, will find important. Another tactic, framing, is telling kids how to act in many social situations in this movie. The selective influence over the perception of meanings attributed to certain situations, items, or words is highly apparent in this movie. One phrase that has become common among high school and college students, in my experience, is, quote, "don't be such a vagina," end quote. This phrase is used in Superbad as a put-down to one of the boys who's scared of trying to buy the illegal liquor. This phrase is framed by the cooler and much more outgoing boy, making fun of the geeky and soft-spoken ones. This entire movie is framed with these phrases meant to be catchy. The movie itself is framed in a 70s theme with music, scenes, and clothes from that era. Although not set in the 70s, this framing shows a more laid-back scene where sex and alcohol are both on tap. In addition to agenda setting and framing, priming is also used by these filmmakers. Priming is used to elicit certain responses from the audience. In this case, the two movies that were released by the same writers before Superbad, The 40-Year-Old Virgin and Knocked Up, were used to prime audiences to its release. Audiences were shown comic scenes of men trying to have sex with beautiful women and what they would do when they binge drink. The next step was to show what boys will do in the same situations. The trailers and advertisements for Superbad all made sure to note the other two movies so that when people see that, they will automatically know that they are in for beautiful girls and alcohol wrapped in a comic package. They have been primed to think that this is funny and normal. This movie not only reinforces poor health behavior among high school students, but it can also influence high school students not currently engaging in these poor health behaviors to start.